let's get to this Rihanna and ASAP Rocky thing. I know we've all seen the cover of this magazine, of this Hag mag. And to me, I want y'all to understand something, that there's a lot of symbolism in Hollywood. Again, let's get the likes up. We about to get into some real shit. There's a lot of symbolism in Hollywood. You know, I have this great video series on Patreon, right? I call it the Slorification of America. And in the Slorification of America, I talk about what has happened to Western women. I'm still going to do more of those Slorifications of America. There's been a lot of material I haven't gotten to. You literally got heifers walking into establishments with no clothes on. And my next series might be on Tia Mowry, because she's the perfect example of what has happened to Western women. You got a lot of Western women who are masculine. You got a lot of Western women who want to lead the household, and they will only date men who allow them to do it. So when I see a lot of you guys, it's a great series. I'm definitely bringing it back. So much material out there. When I see Rihanna and when I see ASAP Rocky and what's going on there, you got to understand that ASAP Rocky's with a woman who is a billionaire, right? And if you want to say metaphorically speaking, financially, he is following her, but it's bigger than that. ASAP was his own man. ASAP was a symbol of I would say a masculine rapper years ago. That was years ago, before he went all in on this fashion, but whatever he's doing. But he was a guy that a lot of women liked or attracted to. Maybe they still are. And you look at this cover and you look at how much she is leading him. Because in society today, they want, especially in the black community, they want it to be known that the black women are leading the men, and the men are walking behind those women in full support, and also are helping to nurture the children, even though men are not nurturers. Men are not nurturers. Let me say it again. Men are not nurturers. It's not normal for a man to nurture a child. It's for the women to nurture the children. Then the man comes into the picture and balance it out. The fathers balance it out. You have the nurturing aspect of the mother. Then you have the disciplinarian leader logic of the father. So when you see stuff like what we see on this Hag mag, and we see ASAP is holding the child and he's following behind, you look at his posture, you look at her posture, that's how they see the black community. They see the black community as a community where the women lead and the men follow. You see, this is what white women want. A lot of white feminists want that same thing. And to a certain degree, they do have it. A lot of these white men are following behind their women. But see, white men are smart, and they leverage it to get what they want while maintaining power in society. You see, they pander to feminists. They pander to social justice warriors who are nothing more than middle-aged or Gen Z white females. A lot of these SJWs are or representatives of the alphabet community. So when you look at this cover, this is how they view the black community. The women leading and the men following while holding the child, basically holding the purse. This is how they see black men and black women in America. I say America, all right? A lot of you black women do not understand how good you have it in America. You really think that when you go to different countries, you're going to have as much freedom in those countries as you do here. Now, I will give you this. In Canada, yes. In the UK, yes. In Australia, yes. But when you go to Asia, when you go to the continent of Africa, any country on the continent, right? Even in South America, you're not going to have as much freedom as you do here. Because you still have patriarchal societies, but patriarchy works. You know why? Because it protects the women and the children. But when you have a matriarchy, the children are not getting protected and the women are left defenseless. And that's what you see. You have a community that is defenseless with women there and their children. And nobody, and they don't have the protection that the father would provide. And there are women who will happily do this because they say, well, the police will protect me. But what about protecting your kids from the men that you date? The people that you bring around your children. You don't protect your children from them. A lot of these women should not be leading anything. They're horrible supervisors. I've even heard from women who have said that they would prefer a male supervisor over a female supervisor. This whole sisterhood thing is fake. Most of these heifers can't stand each other. They hate each other. Yeah, like look at Woman King. You know what's funny? I was going to do a video on this. I still may do it. Jada Pinkett Smith, right? Jada Pinkett is producing a documentary of African queens, right? I guess it's sort of a play on the Woman King film. They're still trying to push this black woman feminist, narrative. That's why when I spoke about Sierra and feminist music, it is because they're trying to push feminism onto black women even more. Especially with this is a Netflix documentary. How did this heifer, Jada Pinkett Smith, get a Netflix documentary? First off, and secondly, about black female queens. Who's watching that BS? Who's watching that? Netflix, by the way, has gone completely downhill. I mean, they only have quality television every once in a while now. Just completely but that's a side note. ASAP Rocky looks so submissive in that photo. And that's how they see black men. Look at the Jonathan Majors photos. They were saying that one of the photos was inspired by anime, right? That's the excuse I'm seeing from people trying to defend the photo shoot because they found out that a black woman was running that magazine. And I believe she's in a relationship or married to a Caucasian man. But whatever. We as black men should not be seeking to lower ourselves to look more feminine than what we are. We are naturally supposed to be men. I'm not saying that you need to be out here, trying to act tough and look tough. Just be a man, period. And all that takes is you taking care of business, taking care of your family and, just living your life and making sure that you make the best way for the people in your family and being the best, version of yourself. I don't like seeing what is happening to men, especially black men. A lot of you guys have given up. And y'all wonder why these women don't respect you? Because you've given up. Now, the masculinization of Western women, especially the black community, has been a process that has been going on for quite some time. These women in America are so masculine that they will shame women for other countries for being feminine, for being themselves. It is in their nature to be nurturing, to be feminine. And then you got these goofy weirdo heifers who sit on TikTok all day critiquing why men don't want them. Your voice is deep. You're not that attractive. You got like 4 or 5 kids out of wedlock. You are mentally unstable. That's why you don't have a man. You can't blame passport bros for why you don't have a man. You don't have a man because you're just unattractive. That's why you don't have a man. There's too many of you heifers who are mentally unstable out here, and you cannot hide it. Y'all have tried to hide your mental health issues for a long time. You can't hide them no more. The internet has exposed you. It has exposed the fact that a lot of y'all are crazy. And that's why the men are leaving this country, because they're tired of dealing with you. And y'all get your really mentally screwed up in the head selves onto social media. You actually record videos and you put it on social media, and you just exposing how you have mental health issues. A lot of you heifers are probably on medication, probably take antidepressants. You're probably functional alcoholics. You might be sniffing cocaine here and there, because I can tell. You're out here functionally using drugs and alcohol, and then you hopping on social media to make videos looking disheveled. It's crazy out here. And you wonder why men don't want you. Do y'all not take the time to actually look at the videos before you post them? And because if y'all actually did, you will see how much of a lunatic you look like. Y'all getting on here with bonnets, and you're on here looking like you just rolled out of bed and had a thought to make a TikTok video. You look like you ain't been on a date in years. You're not feminine. Nobody wants you. You need to work on yourself instead of worrying about where men are going. We ain't worrying about what you heifers are doing, because you heifers have it good here. That's why you ain't going nowhere. Now, you will take frequent trips to Jamaica or some of these other countries for some D, but that's about it. Listen, ASAP Rocky probably feels like he, has a good thing going, because if he was to break up with her, he could file for primary custody. He could get child support from Rihanna, and she would have to pay him a lot of money. Shout out to Divine Photos.
These are the same women that talk down on women from other countries are the same ones that love traveling to those countries. SMH.
Yes, they do. Appreciate it, man. Oh, they do. Looking for some D. Y'all getting on here looking nuts. And you wonder why you can't get a man, because you're weird. Listen, ASAP, he chose her, he wanted her. But I would say this to ASAP: don't allow yourself to be made into a fool, because that's what you're looking like, bro.